stole tobacco from a country store and then went back?
Yeah,
Do you mind telling that story?
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Well, that particular morning, I was with my papaw, and it was only me and him and the guy that owned the store in the building at the time. And we were standing here at the counter, and the tobacco aisle was not behind the counter then. It should have been for kids like me, I guess. But the tobacco was all over here, and I eyed that, and I thought, boy, I'd like to have that today. I'll be out in the mountains by myself. And then, so I just eased around the side, got down on my...
How old are you?
10, 12.
Yeah.
Got down on my knees, and I just crawled over there, reached my hand around and got me a pack, and eased my way back to the store bathroom, concealed it, just walked out like nothing ever happened. Well, the sorry thing about that is the man that owns the store is a family friend, a personal friend of my grandfather. If I'd have got caught red-handed, my grandpa would have been destroyed. It's an entirely self-centered, selfish thing, not to mention just the penalty in my family for getting caught being a thief. So years went by. I became a Christian. I went to Bible college. I was out in Montana planting a church, and we'd come home to visit. We didn't get home very often. I drove down the Houston Valley Road on the way down to Papaw's and passed the old man's house that owned the store. He had sold it by then, but he was still alive. And when I passed that house, the Lord told me, you stole from him, and now it's time for restitution. You claim to be a Christian, and you stole from him, and you take care of it. I turned the car around. I drove back down to his house. It was shame. Then I walked up, knocked on his door, and he came up the door and he said, he knew me. And I said, I got to talk to you about something. He said, all right. I told him what had happened. And I wish he'd have just hit me in the face. But instead he said, Tracy, I never would have thought that of you. Good night, that was hard.
Yeah.
Woo! It was like being poleaxed. Because Dad wouldn't have done it, and Papa wouldn't have done it, but their boy did.
Mm.
And I asked him to forgive me, and then I asked him what I owed him. Zacchaeus was told to pay back 4 times, or offered to pay back 4 times what he'd stole. And I didn't know what the interest was on a pack of tobacco from the 70s. And the old man told me, he said, no, he said, you don't owe me a thing. He said, don't you worry about it. He forgave me. So, but cleared my conscience.